Hello and welcome to this tutorial in Mice Toolkit. Sometimes you may want to analyze the effect of different settings in some steps of the workflow on the end result. However, it could be quite time-consuming to do this manually. In this video, I'll demonstrate how to use batching to systematically change settings in your workflow with minimal effort. In this example workflow, I have imported a dynamic MRI series showing the injection and uptake of a contrast agent. The series has 61 frames. I calculate the mean value of the entire time series and export the result to an Excel file. However, I wonder how the mean value will be affected if I use a subset of the frames in the series. To find out, the first step is to extract the subset of the frames using the Extract Frames node. Instead of entering the frames manually, I expose the settings so that they can be set using inputs. The inputs will be constant values. I will set the value and the name of the variable. I can show the name of the variable in the workflow to more easily see what the value represents. Finally, I will enable batching. This setting lets us change the value in the batching control panel. I will set up a similar constant for the end frame. This is all we have to do in the workflow to batch over different variables, but I would like to save the variable values in the resulting data table. We can do this in two steps. First, I will create a data table consisting of the two variables. Then, I will merge it with a data table from the statistics node. To create a data table, I first convert the values to data elements. Think of this as creating columns for the table. I will set the column names in these nodes. When we have the columns, we can create a data table using the Generate Data node. We have two columns, and I won't change the name of the data table for now. Now we can merge the data from the Descriptive Statistics node and our new table using the Merge Data node. You have to connect the data tables in the order that you want them to merge. We also have to make sure that we merge the tables in the horizontal direction. That is, we want to add new columns, not new rows. Now we can create a batch. In the Batch Variables panel, we have access to the variables that we have enabled for batching. In the panel below, we can see the variable values for each iteration. I will set the start frame to 1, 11, and 21, and I will set the end frame to 61. If different variables have different number of iteration values, the largest number of iterations will be used for the batch, and the last value of all other variables will be used in the undefined iterations. I will name the batch Demo2, batch over both patients in the database, and click Generate Jobs. We can now see that we have 6 jobs, 3 iterations for each patient. If we open the resulting folder, we can see that for each exam we have 3 folders, 1 for each iteration. We can open the resulting table and see that we have successfully saved the values of the variables in the data table. Finally, I want to make one last change to the workflow. I would like to export the resulting image to DICOM to a specific folder unique to each combination of start and stop frames. I will do this by adding a DICOM export node to the workflow, exposing the path, and connecting a string value with batching enabled. Now I can create a batch. It is possible to import values of the different variables from file. In this file, the first row must contain case-sensitive variable names, followed by a delimiter. This is an example where all combinations of 4 different start frames and 3 different end frames are evaluated, together with different export folders for the DICOM. I will only apply the batching to the first patient in this case. If we go to the output, we can see that the images have exported to the different paths. With this video, I wanted to demonstrate how to change variable values when batching. You can set custom strings, numbers, and Boolean true-false values and easily evaluate the results for one patient or hundreds of patients with a few easy steps. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.